Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting video where today we're going to be discussing the power of leverage. And I'm going to break down how two industry leading giants use this simple concept to dominate and totally disrupt their entire sectors. Now, this is something that you can actually use in your business, or if you're thinking of starting a business, this is definitely the way that I recommend getting started so that way you too can actually provide massive impact and use leverage and technology to be able to grow your business quickly. If this is something that you're excited to learn more about, I encourage you to go ahead and smash that like button on the video and go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss out whenever I put out more information just like this one. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into it. Okay, guys, Airbnb is in the travel and hospitality industry, and we know that they are one of the leading online marketplaces for short-term rental accommodations. Now, they also leverage the power of the sharing economy, which means that they have a platform where owners are able to leverage unused rooms and space in their household for income. So what happens is travelers who are traveling on vacation or business can enjoy a wide range of accommodations and options, almost always at a better cost than the traditional hotels. Now, people are making money and leveraging without even owning the property, which is something we've been seeing going on. So this is a situation where sometimes maybe somebody who has unused space in their home and doesn't even understand what we're talking about in leveraging and using this for a place for a potential traveler to generate income, I can go up to them and say, hey, look, I noticed that you live here by yourself and this looks like a 4 or 5 bedroom house. If there was a way for you to generate income from the unused rooms or space, would that be beneficial to you? Could that help eliminate some of the other expenses that you may be having? And if the answer is yes, then guess what? I can now be a property manager for that person, renting out the space that is not being used in their home, and they have nothing to do with it. I handle everything, and they just simply receive a piece of the pie every time that room or rooms are rented out and generate income. Because they own the property, they definitely get a piece of the pie. But since I'm the one looking to generate the booking and putting out the marketing and the effort to get the people filling the rooms and setting the prices and coordinating all of that, I get to generate some income as well. So it's a win-win-win all the way around. Hope that makes sense to you guys. Okay, now let's talk about Uber, well-known transportation network company that is disrupting the taxi industry. Drivers utilize their personal vehicles and their free time to provide transportation services to passengers who are looking to get from point A to point B. They also leverage the power of technology and the sharing economy, and the use of the mobile app is how they're able to generate the leverage and the amount of users and drivers that use the platform for the transportation and the passenger and delivery services. The passengers are able to benefit from a vast network of drivers that are on the platform to be able to have more access and more options, which again, the platform creates. Now, this model allows drivers, passengers, as well as Uber to benefit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this is making sense and you guys are grabbing the key pieces on how you can actually do this for yourself. Before we jump into how we can actually do this for ourselves, let me give you one last example. You've all heard of Turo or Turo, however you want to pronounce it. Just used it for the first time this past Friday, actually, and there was a graduation. I live here in St. Helena, California. There was a graduation in Fresno, California, and there were 7 people that were looking to attend this graduation, and we don't have any 7-passenger vehicles. So my wife was getting ready to rent a car from Enterprise, and we would have had to drive a long way to pick up the car, and the car was going to cost almost $400, not including the gas and everything else that we had to do. This was just renting the car. So I started doing some research to see what I could find with some other rental car places, what I did find was, hey, Turo was an option. This was the first time I ever even considered and thought about it. So when I mentioned it, my wife said, hey, you know what? Your sister actually mentioned it. She used it when she was in Hawaii. So then I'm like, okay, let's take a closer look at Turo and see how that could potentially be an option for us on this trip to Fresno. Sure enough, we're able to find a 7-passenger Chevy Tahoe with a great host that was able to have a better deal than what the rental car company was offering. So not only were we able to get the 7-passenger vehicle that we need, we were able to spend less, pick up the vehicle ourselves, not too far from where we live, and be able to drop it off as soon as we were done. And it was a perfect experience. So again, the traditional rental car company should be worried about companies like Turo that are coming out and are able to disrupt that industry as well. So again, just another example of how a network of people who just own vehicles that may not be used and are just sitting parked can now turn these vehicles into income by letting anybody who's interested in renting a vehicle, either for business or pleasure, take advantage of these unused vehicles. And again, they're generating income. If they're just sitting there collecting dust, why not? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this is making sense, and I don't want to drag the video on too long. Let's do a quick review of what we've talked about so far, and then jump right into how we can start doing this on our own for our own businesses. All right, so let's start with Airbnb. I'm Airbnb, and I get to leverage the fact that there are homeowners with spaces that they wouldn't mind renting out in order to generate income, and there are guests who wouldn't mind renting out these spaces to be able to have a different option for than the traditional hotel or motel situation. And now I get to share in the profits because I'm able to leverage and connect the two together. Now, it's a benefit for the homeowner because they're generating income. It's also a benefit for the guests because they have multiple places and options to be able to rent a place to stay for vacation or business or whatever might be happening. And for me, obviously, for making that connection and having a platform, I get to share in the profits of the transactions that go on. Now, Uber is doing the same exact thing. They have a platform where you have drivers on one hand and you have riders or passengers on the other hand. Drivers are using their personal vehicles and the passengers need rides. Because Uber has the platform that connects the two, what you have is they're able to share in the profits when the company makes money because you have this network of drivers who is taking passengers wherever they want to go. And this is, again, a business that's operating in multiple countries around the world. So you can get an idea of how big the network is and the amount of service they're doing as far as passengers are concerned. Now, like I mentioned earlier, it's just my opinion, but if I was a rental car company, I'd be concerned with Turo stepping into the picture with the competition that they're creating. And I'd look to make sure that I'm on top of my game so that I don't get wiped out. Because essentially what they're doing is they're allowing anybody with the vehicle to rent that vehicle out and act as the rental company and be able to generate revenue from the business model. Again, Turo is the platform that connects the person with the vehicle that they're willing to rent out and the person that's coming into town looking for a vehicle to rent and does not want to use the traditional rental car company or wants to get a better deal or better options that the rental car company cannot provide. So again, with innovation and technology, new markets, new companies are coming in and being created. So there's more options for the consumer. And in this case, again, I think it's a win-win situation for Turo, the consumer, as well as the individual that's using their vehicle as a rental car company. So again, these are the ways that you can leverage. And I hope you guys are understanding again the power of leverage in business. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the most important part of this video, in my opinion. This is where we talk about how you can use leverage in your personal situation to build a business, not only a business, but a residual income business that you need no experience to get started, because I'm positive that you're already doing the work, you're just not on the payroll. Okay, so let me explain what I mean by you're not on the payroll. A lot of us love to look for good deals. Now, concerts, entertainment, food, electronics, travel, clothes, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. You can look at Black Friday and see how many people get excited for shopping and saving and finding a good deal. So my point is, we share good deals all the time without any compensation. We do it for friends and family because we would love them to save money. But these aren't essential services or goods that they need. And now, if I were to tell you that there was a way that you could save your friends and family on essential services that they're already using and paying for each and every month and get paid for it, would that be something that interests you? Now, ladies and gentlemen, imagine all of the services that you're seeing on the screen right now. You're able to offer savings to friends, family, or just anybody that you come across that's interested in saving money. It is huge. These are all billion-dollar industries, just like the transportation and the hospitality industry that we talked about with Airbnb, Uber, and Turo. So being able to jump in and get a piece of the action just by simply making a referral is massive. And don't forget, we're talking residual income every time the bills are paid for using these services. And again, on a monthly basis, you can find that most people are paying a company to make sure that they have these services on. And we just went through a pandemic. How many people do you think stopped paying for things like gas, electricity, internet, phone, television, healthcare for that matter? Again, all billion-dollar industries that you can actually leverage and start to generate a residual income. Thanks for hanging out this long, ladies and gentlemen. I know that this is a lot of information to process, but let me assure you, if you're ready to take a leap of faith and change your life financially for the better, then I encourage you to reach out, get more information about what this video was talking about, and see how you can get started if this is a fit for you. And if it's not, it's totally okay. Feel free to share this video. I'd appreciate it, because I'm sure that there's somebody that you know that's looking to either make some money, save some money, or both. And that is what we're trying to do, is share the opportunity to do exactly that. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. And again, feel free to subscribe so that way you don't miss out on the next video that I put out. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.